Hi, you're watching Dog Ear Musings, and I'm Monika. And today, since we're getting into holiday season, I thought it'd be really fun to do a kind of gift guide. So we're going to be answering questions based on gift suggestions that people had questions about. So what do I get a niece or nephew that I don't know anything about? One book that immediately jumped into my mind is the picture book called Pokko. And this book was illustrated and written by Matthew Forsythe. This book won the Charlotte Zolotol Award a couple of years ago, which is a really notable children's picture book award. And the reason why I picked this book is it's funny, it's fast-paced, the illustrations are really lovely, and it's a story all about a frog who is kind of learning to march to the beat of her own drum. It's a really unique story that has a really interesting sense of humor. If you're interested in being that cool family member who's got a unique sense of literary prowess, pick up this book and you'll get the cool points that you deserve. What do I get a parent who's stressed all the time? So I don't know what this says about me, but I immediately thought of thriller books. For me, when I find myself stressed, the best way to get out of a stressful situation is to get further into it. The immediate author who I thought of with this question prompt was specifically her book, Rock, Paper, Scissors. Now, this is a great book for wanting to just kind of breeze through. Each chapter ends in a cliffhanger, so you'll be kind of on the edge of your seat the whole entire time when reading. And if you're somebody who's in a stressful situation, this can be really perfect because you can kind of focus on the stressful situation that these characters are in. Now, this book focuses on a couple who are on a romantic getaway, and this getaway gets way less romantic than they originally intended when a unsuspecting visitor arrives. Now, I won't spoil anything, but this book has tons of twists and turns and is a really fun gift. What book do I get a coworker friend? Now, coworkers are really hard to get books for because you kind of want to toe the line between being fun and friendly while also being actually professional. So what is a good book to get somebody who is both a coworker and a friend? I immediately thought of recipe books. Now, these books are really cool. They've got really lovely pictures. Some of them are really bougie. And you also can avoid really awkward situations with coworkers from random book suggestions that you would get. So 2 recipe books that I thought of off the top of my head that may or may not actually be on my wish list this holiday season are Savory Baking by Erin, Jeanne, McDowell. Now, this is a really cool collection of recipes that focus on the savory side of baking. So there's all sorts of pies and cakes and scones and all sorts of interesting things to bake. And rather than focusing on sweet pastries, you'll be looking at recipes that focus on savory. Another book that I thought seemed really cool is Vishwesh Shot's book, I Am From Here. Now, this book focuses on Southern and South Asian cuisine, and again, the pictures in this book are absolutely stunning, and the recipes that I saw listed in this book just looked really amazing too. What do I get a partner who reads so much I'm afraid that I might get them a book that they already have? Now, besides the obvious of getting your partner a gift card to a bookstore, a local indie bookstore that they love going to and give all of their well-earned paycheck to. Another thing that I was kind of thinking about, and is maybe even a more thoughtful gift than a gift card, is thinking about the things that your partner likes to read with. So maybe your partner likes to read with, maybe your partner likes to eat snacks while they read, which I don't get that. I am fine dog-earing books or annotating books, but I draw the line on crumbs with my books. But maybe your partner really likes a specific snack or a candy, and you know what that is, and so this is a perfect opportunity to stock up on that snack or treat for them. If they don't like to eat food while they read, maybe get them a favorite drink or tea or coffee. Another thing to think about is maybe they really like a specific ambiance when they read. So if they really like candles, there's really awesome candles even at Target or at Trader Joe's. You can pick some up from there. Or a weighted blanket. There are so many different kinds of weighted blankets that you can get for your partner, and they are a really great thing to use when you read. If maybe you don't have a lot of money to buy a $40 weighted blanket, is thinking about music. Now, maybe your partner is somebody who only listens to acoustic music when they read, or maybe they're somebody who it's fine to listen to lyrics. That's something to know before putting together a playlist. But thinking of songs that either remind you of their favorite books or remind you of books that you've read together with them. Specifically, if you put together a list of why you chose the songs, this could be a really heartfelt idea that you don't have to spend a lot of money to put together. So what do I get a friend who barely reads? Now, this is a time to ask yourself, does your friend actually want a book? I am somebody who will never push reading on somebody who doesn't like to read, because there are so many other activities that that friend could do, and you could look into those things. But if your friend suggested that they wanted to start getting into reading and is looking to start but is really intimidated, here's a couple of options for them. One thing is to think about kind of the medium of what they're listening to or what they're reading. So maybe your friend actually really does love to read, but they just like listening to audiobooks. And in this case, you could get them a gift card to one of their favorite local indie bookstores, and they actually provide gift cards for audiobooks. A couple of immediate audiobook recommendations that I thought of were Secret Life of Church Ladies. Now, this is a short story compilation that is read effortlessly. Each story is really unique and beautiful, but kind of comes together in like the perfect listen. Another option is kind of thinking about what favorite celebrity your friend likes. And a lot of the times, autobiographies by celebrities are actually written and spoken by them. So that might be a really fun option to kind of recommend to your friend as well. Now, maybe your friend doesn't like audiobooks. Another option to think about is graphic novels. And there are so many really amazing graphic novels out there with really compelling art. One recommendation that I would actually give that I finished like a week ago and actually just gifted for my sister was the graphic novel The Many Deaths of Lila Starr. Now, this is a really amazing graphic novel that focuses on a goddess of death who has just been fired and now is trying to enact revenge on the one person who found the cure to immortality. The illustrations in this book are just amazing, and the color palette is breathtaking. And I bought it for my sister, and I also had to buy a copy for myself. That's just how awesome of a book it was. So, those were all of my gift recommendations. If you have any other gift questions that you want me to answer, feel free to write a question in the discussion box below. Otherwise, that's been this week of Dog Ear Musings. I'm Monika. Happy reading!